Good evening. I'm opening up the Topsham Planning Board. Can you please take the roll? And in person.
I will. Don Span,
Present.
Ronald Bisson,
Present.
Carrie Bickford is excused, Larry Brand,
Present.
Tim Dunnan is excused, Scott Libby is excused, Andrew Munsey. 1, 2, 3, 4, Linda's present.
Okay, so we have a quorum. All right, the minutes of the March 13th, do we have a motion?
I was not here for them.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes. March 13th as presented to us.
I'll second it.
All right, do we have any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right. And then one abstention. Okay. The first item on the agenda, item D, is a road acceptance. Housing Associates of Topsham have submitted a street acceptance application for King Road, tax map U23 lot 75. Joe, please step to the mic.
Joe Martin with Sightlines here on behalf of the applicant. So this is for the road acceptance for King Road, which was constructed as part of the Fairview Commons project that was approved by the town. Well, it's 2024, 2023, but it has been constructed. There are some minor outstanding items from the applicant to finish on the road. But I believe there's been a performance guarantee arranged with the town that they're comfortable with. I guess besides that, I can answer any questions, the board has.
And this says subdivision amendment on November 15, 2023.
Yeah.
I guess, other than I read your memo, was there anything? It's done to town standards. Are there any issues that any of the staff?
So the main things with this is just the conditions of approval that are suggested by staff. And those would be, just as Joe had mentioned, that there were just a few things. And so the staff was suggesting that, or recommending that basically they would need to have those issues fixed, certain issues, a list of issues fixed by April 16, 2025. And that would be right before the town board would be voted upon by the select board. So if those things weren't fixed, then it would just be basically if the planning board were to recommend this and those things were not to be completed, then the recommendation would be rescinded and it would be taken off the town warrant. And the applicant is aware of that date, correct?
Yes, I'm not sure exactly what things are in the condition approval, but I know one thing is the paved entrance to into the Fairview Commons project. I believe that's scheduled for the first week in May to get completed. So I don't know if that's part of the condition approval or not, but that's one thing that would be completed by.
Okay, and that would that would have to be one of the technical issues that had been determined by the town peer review engineer and Dennis Cox. Aside from that, there was the $50,000.
Yep.
So do you want to read the conditions? They're right here.
If you'd like to, sure.
And it does say specifically that this recommendation is conditioned on the applicant satisfying all technical comments issued by the town staff and the town's peer reviewer to be verified by town planner prior to April 16th.
Yeah, and we can work with the town staff and peer review to identify any of those outstanding things.
So underlying, it's basically been built to town standards. There's no debate about that.
Correct. Once it will have been built to town standards
By April
16th. And the peer review engineer, the town's peer review engineer, as a condition would need to, you'd have to verify that, and we would verify it with him.
Okay, and are we looking for this to have a public hearing or not? It's not listed under the public hearing.
I believe it goes to select board.
The select board would be the public hearing.
Yeah, they will take our others as well, but yes.
They'll take your recommendation and.
Okay. All right, so did you have questions, Larry?
Yeah, Joe mentioned the performance guarantee, does that have to do with the conditions, or are you talking about the 50,000 for the, maintenance warranty for the following year?
I'm not sure entirely what that, maybe you can speak to that.
Sure, yeah, I could answer that. So the 50,000 is that's aside from that. So the first condition there is just that in order to bring it to town standards that would be acceptable, that's what that deadline is for. The $50,000 is in case something unforeseeable were to occur, and then we would have that 1-year performance guarantee.
So we don't have anything, requiring, other than our condition by April 16, there is no, kicker for that, so to speak. To have those done, it's just a matter of, that if they're not done by April 16, then does our recommendation become void, or
Well,
That's
my only,
which way does it go?
I think I know where you're going, because I was sort of thinking the same thing. Because what I heard is that if they're not done by April 16th, then it gets quote pulled from the warrant, right? But I think maybe our motion should essentially say, provided the above does not occur by April 16th, is our recommendation that the select board take this off the town warrant. Something that nails it rather than implies it. If that,
Yeah, because
you might have better words for it when you do your motion, but no, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's, my concern is obviously, some roads accepted by the town way in the past that caused some problems even up to this day.
Yeah.
I think we know which one we're talking about. On that.
So yeah, look at
look
their suggested motion. I think I would add a little bit of a tail to that does.
So actually, we that was a great comment, great question. We did anticipate that, luckily. So
You've written us a new one?
nope, this is the one. So it says it's recommended, subject to the conditions and findings, and then condition 3 says that it has to be verified. So it has to satisfy all comments by town staff and the town's peer review engineer, and it needs to be verified by the town planner prior to April 16. So both the condition with the motion together ensure that basically if it's not verified, that I can pull it.
I assume this road was just built last fall. Is that what the difficulty is
Yes.
because things got put in late last fall, therefore nothing grew with regard to vegetation and.
Yeah, one side of the road did get some vegetation, but the other side just had growing season installed, so they're waiting for kind of the spring growing season to start, hopefully sometime here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was finished, we kind of had a nicer fall last year, so they're able to extend the turf season a little bit, but yeah.
Motion when he makes it, so I can look at it.
Yes.
Okay. Other questions over here?
No.
And Larry, I have one other thought.
No, I had one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What about the thing with the sewer?
So as I understand the sewer, there's some minor sags in the line. And I think until the sewer district, the sewer department wants to see that sewer line in use after Fairview Commons gets the building get filled up. And I think they want an additional year of warranty on that, I believe.
And if I could add, again, great question, good thought on that, because there have been some concerns with the sewer. But so basically the way it would work is, and what has been written in the proposed warranty deed to the town is that we would not be accepting this acceptance would not include the sewer underneath the road. And so that would, until the point that the sewer district were to accept the sewer under the road, it would remain, the applicant would remain responsible for it. So this would not convey any of those concerns to the town as a liability.
Yeah, and one of the things that they said in the letter is they're not concerned about like a rip out and replace type situation. The more likely situations that requires more flushings than typical sewer line. Yeah, that's what they want to see.
What is it, an 8-inch line that goes down through?
Yes,
Okay, because it said in here, had 17 sags.
yeah, I didn't see the inspection report, but yeah, that's what it says in there.
Yeah.
Quite a number of sags.
So, yeah, I did see that, and I also, it was a little bit odd, but I saw that they had essentially excluded it from the acceptance, which I assume is going to be part of the select board's acceptance as well.
Yep, exactly. Absolutely.
So,
But my question, I guess, is this somewhat premature for us to be considering this at this time? As opposed to, I mean, I recognize there is timing with regard to town meeting, warrant article and all that. But it just seems like, I mean, there are things that need to be done and fixed before it should be an accepted town road. And so it just seems that a road that was built last fall, maybe hasn't even been completely through mud season, so to speak, so.
If I could respond to that, I would say, town, there were similar thoughts that staff had. And the thought there was that because this project potentially is providing a lot of affordable housing, we thought, is there a way that we could do this in a way that puts zero risk on the town? And so that would be why, one, we would never take the sewer regardless of anything. And then two, the other part of it would be that all the comments that are in here, they would have to be resolved to the Public Works Department. They would have to be okay with it, or it would still get rescinded. So we put like a lot of checks in it so that we don't take anything that we're not 100% confident about. So that was the thought for staff.
so from the Public Works, where is that in this list of conditions?
Yep, so that would be in condition. That would be condition number 3. And he would be included in town staff. And you can actually see a list of his conditions in the memo. Yep.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that we've been working with the applicant on this process due to the reasons that Josh laid out. But at the end of the day, it is the planning board's decision this evening if they feel comfortable passing this on to the select board. We've done what we can to speed it along if this is something that you're interested in, but we in no way mean to say that you have to choose one option or the other. I think everyone's brought up really good points this evening, and I just wanted to make that clear from the staff perspective.
Okay.
Is the affordable housing, Josh, conditioned on this being a town road?
No, but I don't know if Joe, if you know more about, I guess the applicant had some concerns about when the road would be accepted by the town and what that could potentially mean for a mixture of like road maintenance and taxes in the meantime. Yep.
And I guess I'm still, if we go forward with this, right? I think that condition 3, I would probably change it slightly to say something about comments issued by town staff including public works, just to spell it out, right? And the town has chosen peer review engineer to be verified by the town planner, or to verify with a written statement or something. I almost want to say verified in writing by the town planner prior to April 16th. Right, so it's not something that can just slip, I don't mean to say it slip through, but it requires a specific thing to have occurred by that date. Then I think somewhere we just need to say, you know, maybe we do say it here, but it has to pass these, otherwise we recommend that the town is not accepted or doesn't go past the, or that it's removed from the warrant. I don't know, did we say that somewhere?
Well, we don't have control over the warrant,
But we can recommend,
but we can recommend.
right? And so all I know I'm getting redundant now.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking of
But
is,
I've always heard attorneys like redundancy.
oh, yes, it's the Holy Trinity. Say things 3 times.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess first of all, back to Larry's thing, I guess is the board comfortable with moving forward with this? And if it is, then we can work on the language a little bit.
I am comfortable with it.
Yeah,
All right, so that Larry maybe help get the wording more correct of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, let me just get to. I'll make a motion on, I move the application for town acceptance of King Road, tax map U23, lot 75 ROW. Complies with the applicable provisions of chapter 185, article 1A of the Topsham Code, and recommend its acceptance by the town of Topsham, subject to the conditions and findings identified in the staff memo dated March 27, 2025, with the addition in condition 3 that it includes approval by the Director of Public Works, and that if the conditions are not met, then the recommendation for acceptance by the planning board is withdrawn.
Yes, I like that.
Second.
Did you get that?
Yeah, that's good. Don't ask me to do it again.
Okay, I got
We
it.
have a recording.
We have a recording.
Will this,
Okay,
will this be so that I can dial it in on, and watch on town,
On the YouTube.
watch the meeting on YouTube, great? Okay, good.
all right, so we have a motion, a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed, so it's unanimous, all right, thank you.
Thank you. One question, what would be the meeting date for the select board?
The 17th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I believe is why you picked the 16th. Okay, thank you. So we have a number of public hearings on the ordinance items 1 through 4, so we'll just start with number 1. After I get my. How does that move over?
Was there a way to find that? I know you had a magic,
Look, see,
It's
I
magic.
have,
I'm in the wrong place.
go to the home screen and there's 2 buttons.
I knew it was different.
We're on YouTube? Are we at?
Yep.
We have, okay, so we don't have anybody invited in or whatever. Who invited in?
Participants, we have no attendees.
Okay. All right. The first item is an ordinance to amend the town code, chapter 225, attachment 2, table of dimensional requirements to amend the following. Increase the maximum impervious percentage in the MUL zone from 40 to 60. Amend note G to add applicability of maximum impervious coverage to common plan developments subject to site plan review. And then C, add footnote 31 to limit applicability to projects subject to site plan review. So that's item 1. These are all kind of tied together. So I guess you want to, either one of you want to present anything?
Yeah, I can if you'd like.
I think we workshopped them, so you can just sort of go through briefly,
Yeah.
remind everybody.
Yeah.
I
we've
guess
talked-
overall why we're doing these, and then
Absolutely. We've talked about these a couple of times and I think you guys were all right with it, just as a reminder to you. But really the changes here are centered around maximum impervious coverage, which is a new metric that was adopted last May at town meeting. We're just really ironing out some kinks here with this. So we're shifting the impervious coverage percentage in MUL from 40% to 60%, which brings it in line with other similar zones such as RCU and, well, RCU is the one that I think is most similar to it in that regard. Then we're also adding to G, note G, that maximum impervious coverage is applicable to common plan development. This is really just trying to close a loophole that it wasn't explicitly stated to be so. And then footnote 31 limits maximum impervious coverage to development subject to site plan review. This is meant to ease the burden on single family and duplex homeowners who would like to add a shed or maybe build a patio. As the ordinance stands, that would require a professional engineer or surveyor to certify all the impervious, which is quite a burden and I don't think what was really intended. So we put these forward to you as a way we think to catch those people who might need more impervious requirements due to storage or parking needs, because those are caught through the industrial, commercial, or multifamily requirements of site plan. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
any questions? All right. Seeing none, I think I'll open it up. Public hearing is now open. Sir, do you have anything you'd like to say? Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right. Seeing that, I'll close the public hearing. Can we get a motion, and you guys,
They're all here, they're on the second page.
oh,
They're on it.
I have a motion.
okay, go ahead.
I hereby move that the planning board forward the ordinance amendments to chapter 225, attachment 2, table dimensioning requirements to the select board for addition to the town warrant with the recommendation ought to pass.
I'll second it.
All right, so Ron second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, it's passed. All right, thank you. So item 2, an ordinance to amend Town Code Chapter 225-60.2, planned residential developments to replace maximum lot coverage with maximum impervious coverage.
So this is similar to, I think, note G of the previous one. It's really just trying to bring the language up to with the maximum impervious coverage term. It didn't match. We missed it when we did it last year. Kind of closing a loophole, just clarifying language, and not much to it besides that.
Okay, thank you. Once again, any questions? Hearing is now open. Again, any questions, concerns from the public, including yourself, sir? All right. All right. Seeing none. Close, Larry.
I hereby move the planning board forward the ordinance amendment to section 225-60.2, planned residential developments to the select board for addition to the town warrant with the recommendation ought to pass.
I'll second it.
Ron second. Any no comments? All right, all in favor? All opposed? All right, passes. Thank you. Item 3, an ordinance to amend the town code, chapter 225-60.4, planned commercial developments to replace minimum landscape and maximum floor area ratios with maximum impervious coverage.
This is the same as the last one, we're just updating the language. And it's just was slightly different than the other one, so it's slightly different, but, really the same thing. Maximum impervious coverage.
Yeah, believe me, I tried to put them all together one time, I was told I couldn't do it. All right, so any comments, questions here? All right. Hearing. Any questions or concerns or comments? Hearing none. Larry?
I hereby move the planning board forward the ordinance amendment to section 225-60.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
Yeah, 225-60.4, planned commercial developments to the select board for addition to the town warrant with the recommendation not to pass.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed, sorry, passing down. Yeah, Larry, I'm following you, but I'm looking at the minutes and it had 60.4, so I was trying to figure out what the pause was.
Oh, yeah, well,
It wasn't in the motion.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a
I
motion.
messed it up, it was the
Yeah,
wrong
okay.
number.
Yeah, it was 6:50.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. Thank you, Larry.
So you caught that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so Sky, one more time.
Do you wanna, what's the name, or do you want me to?
Oh, I can, I guess. An ordinance to amend the town code, chapter 225-34, stormwater management to clarify applicability to develop subject to site plan review.
So this one's a tiny bit different. This came up when we were looking for, note 30, or footnote 31 from the table of dimension requirements. We're looking for somewhere else that occurred in the code where site plan review is what makes something, like applicability is tied to site plan. And so we looked in the stormwater management chapter where we knew that was the case, but at the time, we realized that it was actually kind of leaving out, if you had a staff review, there was some unclearness if you had to do stormwater. So this just makes it crystal clear that all site plan review is subject to stormwater management rules. Just clarifying language.
So this is the one that you had some input and the sewer district was okay with it?
Oh, yeah, they were just concerned we were doing bigger changes to stormwater. They didn't see this code. Have those concerns.
All right, any questions, comments? All right. Yeah, we're open public hearing. Any questions, concerns, or comments, sir? Anyone else? Seeing none, hearing none. Hearing is closed, so.
I hereby move the planning board forward the ordinance amendment to section 225-34, stormwater management to the select board for addition to the town warrant with the recommendation not to pass.
Second.
After Eddie. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed, it's unanimous. All right. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? All right, we are done. Thank you.